More than 100 Florida hospitals have run out of ICU beds for adults, with the state being called a hotbed as daily cases of COVID-19 climb. There are currently more than 350,000 confirmed cases in Florida, with 12,479 cases that were just added yesterday. There have been nearly 5,000 deaths just in that state. Wendy Paul is a Canadian from New Brunswick. She moved to Orlando, Florida a few years ago for work. She is still there, and she joins us from there this morning. Good to see you, Wendy.
Good morning.
You've been in close contact with your family back in New Brunswick. What are some of the differences between how it's being handled in Canada versus what you're experiencing down in Florida?
On the New Brunswick side, from what I hear, New Brunswickers are taking this very, very seriously. They're very adamant that borders stay closed and that we don't want any outside guests coming in. So that's made it not a good idea for me to go home and visit this summer. But here it's a lot more, or at least in the beginning, it was a lot more loose and kind of willy-nilly as to who was taking this seriously, if they were taking it seriously. And that has changed in the last probably 2 or 3 weeks. People are definitely starting to take notice that this is a serious problem, and it's not going away anytime soon.
We've heard a few different anecdotes of people out and about in Florida listening to restaurant conversations, either people refusing to believe that this is as serious as it is or as big as it is. What are some of the things that you're hearing or some of the conversations you have?
So I have a fairly tight-knit community. My husband and I CrossFit 5 to 6 days a week. Most of our circle is from that group of people and my coworkers. And for that part, we're all very serious about it. We're all very careful when we have to go out. I've been remote working since the 16th. My company was very serious about it and sent us home straight away. We moved an entire office of 1,200 people and sent them remote within a day. Understanding that we were going to have some IT issues as we all got settled into our new circumstances. So the circle that I am with is very serious and very careful. But I do hear from other people who aren't as serious about this at all. And, for the longest time it was, this is ridiculous. It's going to go away. It's not a problem. And that's slowly changing, or I would say in the last 2 to 3 weeks, for sure.
Masks have been such a big focus, especially in that state. You've seen them become almost these symbols of politics. When you do go out, do you wear a mask? And are you seeing other people wearing masks?
Absolutely. We've worn masks from the very beginning. Just, again, we're serious about our health. But that wasn't the case with everybody. And it's really only been in these last 2 to 3 weeks since most counties, so Florida is really large. I don't think people understand quite how big Florida is. My county alone is approximately the same population as New Brunswick. So even in the beginning myself, even though I was serious about it, it didn't seem like that big of a deal. There were only maybe, 30 cases in that same population as New Brunswick has. So it wasn't super scary. But now, across the entire state, we're looking at 350,000 cases-ish. Now, again, it's hard because every time I hear that Florida's a hot spot, it's like, well, yes and no. Certain areas of Florida, this area, Central Florida, the cases have started to rise. But Central Florida also has 10 counties, I think, within Central Florida. So that's any rising numbers are spread across those 10 counties. So it's not like this concentration of new cases here. Miami seems to be the hardest hit. There's 75% of the numbers that come in are all coming from Miami. So definitely in the last, 2 to 3 weeks, every time we go out, I would say probably 90 to 95% of the people that I've encountered are starting to actually put on their masks before they get out of their car and enter a grocery store or a pharmacy or wherever it is they're going.
Wendy, really good to get your perspective on this as a Canadian who is living down in Florida right now. Thanks so much for joining us on Your Morning.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.